in need. The Muslim village will have its cemetery where our dead are buried. And of course, the way every Muslim wants to be buried, soon, not too late. They keep the bodies for 4 days, 5 days, and then they have a very elaborate funeral service, and they have eulogies, people getting up and making speeches and so on. And then you have a cortege, a funeral procession and so on, for big men, for big men. So when the funeral takes place, the whole world can see, there was a somebody here. This was a somebody. But when he is a nobody, there's no need to keep the body 4 or 5 days. No need for any elaborate funeral service, and no need for any eulogies and so on. And when he's going down to be buried, the casket, not for $5,000, a little thing for $100. So as the funeral is going down, has been buried, you know, this was a nobody. Not in our Muslim village. It doesn't matter who you are, we all are buried the same way. The equality of Islam. No delay in burial. But notice something. I don't know whether you notice it. The godless cities of the world take the cemetery and put it far away. So the only time you ever go to the cemetery is when you're burying somebody. And after you bury him, then you have to go to this one's grave and that one's grave and that one's grave, make dua for them, which is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, because this is the only time you go to the cemetery. But it is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ to go to the cemetery at other times. Even in the night time he'll be going to the cemetery. Nobody is there. This is his sunnah. To remember those who have died. Don't forget them. Remember them in your hearts. And go to the cemetery and pray for Allah's mercy on them. So, in our village, the cemetery will not be out in the outskirts. The cemetery will be in the heart of the city. You have one part of the Muslim village which is allocated for housing. In the center of that section for housing is a masjid. And next to the masjid, or as close as possible to the masjid, is a cemetery. So when you go into the masjid, you pass the cemetery, you're coming back, you pass the cemetery. So every day you'll be seeing the dead. So you'll never forget death. The godless world doesn't want you to remember death. The houses that we build in the Muslim village must all